In today's video, we are going to be looking at the achievement of Captain Ibrahim Traore since he took over the seat of Burkina Faso in 30th September 2022. Till now, the achievement or what he has achieved so far, that the West or France hate him such much or the most. The reason why they hate this guy so much that they want him off the seat is the achievement that this guy have had over the space of 3 years. Instead, people have sat on that seat. People has been a leader of state in Burkina Faso for so many years, some 27 years, and they could not achieve anything. Now, let's dive into the real history of Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso got independence in 1960. Since then, a lot have changed in the country. Now, let's look at some of the head of state that took over since independence and what makes Captain Ibrahim Traore different from those leaders. In 1960 to 1966, a man named Maurice Yamego ruled from 1960 to 1966, and in 1966, he was ousted in a coup led by a man named Sanguilia Lamizana, took over from 1966 to 1980, and he was a coup leader. And in 1980, Seya Sebo took over from 1980 to 1982. Then Jean-Baptiste Ouédraogo took over from 1982 to 1983 in the space of 1 year. And he was overthrown in a coup led by Thomas Sankara in 1983. Then this was the man that changed the name from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, which means the land of incorruptible people. So it was Thomas Sankara that started the revolution in Burkina Faso. And when the West and the people that are the enemy of Africa, especially Burkina Faso, saw that this man was doing something that is going to change Burkina Faso, they decided to lead a coup against him. And a man that assassinated Thomas Sankara in 1987 was Blaise Compaoré, and he ruled Burkina Faso to 2014, which made it 27 years since he takes over from Thomas Sankara. And since then, the country has faces a lot of political instability. So this guy actually disrupted and dismanaged and disengaged Burkina Faso after he assassinated Thomas Sankara, a revolutionary leader. Now, after that, in 2014, he was forced to resign because they have realized that he assassinated Thomas Sankara and a protest was led against him. So Honoré Traoré took over from that 2014, but it was quickly handed over to Isaac Seda, who couldn't even stay on it, and a coup was led against him. Then Michael Kafando made a coup in that same year and took over from 2014 to 2015. That was interesting. So a lot has happened in Burkina Faso. There was a political instability, and this country, Burkina Faso, has been disengaged and has been mismanaged by the leaders of Burkina Faso. Now, Kibia Diarra also came into power in 2015, but he couldn't maintain the seat. So Roch Christian Kabore took over from 2015 to 2022. Now, this is where the magic started happening. In 2022, a coup was led against Christian Kabore, and Christian Kabore was removed from the seat. Then Paul Henry Sandaogo Damiba took over in 2022. He also could not maintain the seat. Then came Captain Ibrahim Traore, who is now changing Burkina Faso in a way that no leader has ever done. And this man, a lot of people have seen him as a revolutionary leader, like the reincarnation of Thomas Sankara. Till now, a lot of people are against Captain Ibrahim Traore because he passed the window into leadership. But the people of Africa or Burkina Faso or Burkinabe are happy because he is changing and transforming Burkina Faso. Now, since Thomas Sankara's time, when Blaise Compaoré took over the seat of Burkina Faso after assassinating Thomas Sankara, the country has never been the same. Like what happened to Gaddafi in Libya. You can see right now, Libya has changed to a war zone. Nothing is going on in Libya. It will took a mighty leader to what? Maintain Libya again. So Captain Ibrahim came in to maintain Burkina Faso. Now we are going to look at his achievement that made the West hate him the most. Now, since Captain Ibrahim Traore seized power in Burkina Faso in 2022, his military-led government has implemented several key initiatives focusing on security, sovereignty, and economic reforms. Now, here are some of the breakdown of his major actions so far. Captain Ibrahim Traore took the GDP of Burkina Faso in 2022, which was $18.8 billion to $22.1 billion. And as a matter of fact, in 2024, Burkina Faso growth rate was at 5.1%. That was better than Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya in the same year. This guy is doing a lot that the West is against him because they don't want Burkina Faso or Africa to develop. Now, he also reduces the salaries of ministers of state and parliamentarians by 30% and increases the salaries of civil servants by 50%. Now, here is where the magic started. People in the country love him for his actions because they have realized that this is a leader that does not care about himself but care about the people of Burkina Faso. Then a love are showering from the Burkinabes to this man. He also established the tomatoes processing plant for the country. Now, Burkina Faso is one of the producer of tomatoes in higher quantity, pushing the tomatoes production from 315,000 tons to 360 tons in the space of 2 years. Rice production also has been increased. This man actually tackles the agriculture sector of the country, and he knows that that is where the country can grow faster than any other countries. Now, when we come to security and anti-terrorism efforts, he increases military operation against jihadist groups in the north and the east, and he also creates volunteers for the defense of the homeland, a civilian marshal trained to support the army. He strengthened ties with Russia, expelled the French troops, and ended military agreement with France, shifting alliances to Russia and Turkey. He also acquired new military equipment, including drones and helicopters from Russia and Turkey. He also nationalized the country's gold mines, 2 of them for $18 million. He also approved the expansion of the Dibobo Dialasso airport with an estimation of 18 billion francs CFA to modernize the country's second largest airport in the space of 3 years. Now, before I continue with his achievement, let me ask this question. Why is it that so many of the leaders around the world cannot achieve these things? Is it the system of governance that we run in our economic sectors or in our country that is making them not to achieve what this man has achieved in a space of 3 years? Because we can't understand. Because what this man is doing is actually making other African countries' leaders looks useless, because what he has done, none of so many African countries' leaders has done that in a space of 3 years. Let's look at what is happening in Ghana. We have seen a dam which was built for $58 million, a cathedral which was supposed to be built for God was not built. It's only a dam that was left for us, but the price was $58 million. But look at this man has done a lot, not up to that amount of money. We can see that there is a huge corruption in our system. Now let's get back to some of his achievements. He has also launched the country's first national support center for artisanal cotton processing, and Burkina Faso is one of the largest producers of cotton. He also provides farmers with 400 tractors, 953 motorcycles, 710 motor pumps, 10,000 tons of fish food, and 680,964 tons of fertilizers. 10,000 liters of products. He signed a treaty with Niger and Mali to establish the Alliance of Sahel States. Interesting, he removes the French as official language and adopted local language as official language. Now, he also supplied the Ministry of Health with 15 mobile clinics, 36 vehicles, 3 oxygen units, 11 cold rooms, 835 tablets, and 1,900 solar refrigerators, and so on. This man is doing a lot that nobody has achieved as a leader of Burkina Faso in a space of 3 years, not even Thomas Sankara. So this guy is trying so much to maintain and change the economic of Burkina Faso. So I think this is why the West actually hate him most, and even some of our African leaders are even part of this, because they hate him to put them on a level that their countrymen or citizens will see them as useless, as people that are not doing anywhere. They are just sitting there enjoying the country's resources and the country's wealth. Guys, what do you think about the Burkina Faso leader of state, Captain Ibrahim Traore, achievement in a space of 3 years? Drop it in the comment section. Your views are needed.